Hello all, welcome back to Answer Writing Initiative at 9 p.m. I'm Guna Madhivanan from Offices IAS Academy. So if you are new to this video series, that is Answer Writing series, please watch my first video in this Answer Writing playlist to know how to participate in this program. It is open to all. So in the last video, we have given the question regarding the concept of universal basic income. So what is the question? The concept of universal basic income has gained significant traction in recent years. Critically analyze the potential economic and social implications of implementing UBI in India. 50-mark question. Okay, so let me first explain you the concept of universal basic income. So universal basic income is a safety net. Universal basic UBI, it is a social safety net which will provide a minimum income, for everyone regardless of their income status or their job status. So just it's an interesting concept. Universal basic income. Government will give income for everyone, for you, for me, right? For everyone, income will be provided, irrespective of your job status. You are employed, unemployed, that doesn't matter. For everyone, government is going to give a universal income, right? This idea was initially proposed by the Economic Survey in 2016-17. The Economic Survey said we have to consider UBI, Universal Basic Income. Why it is called as universal? Regardless of any condition, everyone will be given that income. That is the idea, right? So this concept is being practiced in certain countries, right? So this was suggested in India that we will come up with this. This comes up with a significant advantages, and also it comes up with lot of challenges. So what is the advantage of this UBI? So UBI will give you income for everyone, right? But remember, when government gives this income, government will stop all the transfer payments, government will stop the subsidies, government will stop providing various welfare measures. But instead of that, government will give you income every month. It will give income for every individual. This has advantages, which also has challenges. That is what we have to critically analyze. So first we will try to understand the advantages. What are the advantages of this concept of UBI? You tell me. If everyone is given some amount of money, the Economic Survey they calculated that this UBI will be roughly 7,500 rupees. Roughly 7,500 rupees per individual, not per month, per year. So per year, 7,500 rupees of income will be given. So in a family, if you have 5 individuals, infant, adult, that doesn't matter. Baby is also there. Okay. So one small baby, let's assume that one is not an adult, one is a small baby. That's okay. For everyone, that 7,500 rupees per month will be given. So around 40,000 rupees plus will be available for that family. Right? Imagine 40,000 rupees per year. See, you have to work. Don't think that this income will be sufficient to manage your livelihood. You have to work hard, you have to earn. But government is going to give roughly 40,000 rupees per annum for a family of 5 members. Just imagine how it will be useful. That much money, how it will be useful. What are the advantages? See, number one, it is going to it will help the vulnerable sections. It will help the downtrodden, right? Think about aged population, right? There are so many aged couples we are able to see. These aged couples, when they get these kind of support, that is going to help them for their livelihood. So vulnerable section will be protected. Marginalized will be having some income support. That is one advantage, right? What is the next advantage which you will highlight? So around 40,000-50,000 rupees per annum per family means that can be useful for improving their education status. For 1 year, you can pay college fee, you can pay school fee, imagine, right? Skill development, you can improve your skills, you will get more jobs in the job market. That is an advantage. Health, right? That's what 30, 40,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees per annum per family. That is going to be of significant help in improving the health status, nutrition status, right? So the family will be healthy. And not just that, see, this is going to help to reduce the poverty. It can reduce the gap between the rich and poor. Inequality can be reduced. To some extent, at least it can be reduced. Yes, apart from that, this money supply is going to create more consumption, more demand, more production, economic growth. Government gives you money, you will spend. That is going to stimulate the economy. That is going to improve the demand, production, GDP will be improved. So there are so many benefits because of this universal basic income. However, it also comes up with a lot of challenges. There are a lot of challenges. What challenges, sir? See, just imagine 7,500 rupees per individual per annum. If it has to be given for everyone, look at the expenditure. So, economic survey was saying even to provide 70%, to provide this income for 70% of the individuals in the country, though the term says universal basic income, but economic survey says even to give for 70% of the population, right? Even if you give 650 rupees per month per person, 650 rupees into 12, it will come more than 7,500 rupees. Okay, so 650 rupees per month, 70% of the population, if you are going to provide this income, that will cost around 5% of GDP. 5% of GDP, right? Huge expenditure. Government is not having that much money, right? Number two, it is a logistical nightmare. The entire welfare delivery mechanism infrastructure needs an overhauling for implementation this process. That is going to be another important challenge, right? See, this has to be, there has to be a foolproof mechanism for distribution of this income. There should not be any scope for corruption. There should be transparency, administrative efficiency. And how will you transfer? If you are going to transfer to their bank accounts, then every individual should have a bank account. Every individual should have a bank account. Digital inclusion, financial inclusion is not complete in India. Or even if the money comes to your bank account, who is going to access that money? Who is going to access that money? If the male member accesses that money, if the money is being misused, just imagine, right? Suddenly you get a message, you get some 7,500 rupees or 650 into 5 for a family that comes into your account. Suddenly you are seeing 4,000, 5,000 updated. How it would be for you? What will you do immediately? Will you properly, rationally use that money for the welfare measures? Because this UBI, if it is implemented, you will not have subsidy. You will not have any other transfer payments. You have to carefully use this money for using to compensate with the subsidies. Right? So, rationed manner you have to use it. Today in ration shop, we are getting rice for 3 rupees, 2 rupees, 1 rupee per kg. Rice for 3 rupees, wheat for 2 rupees, coarse grain for 1 rupee under National Food Security Act. But if this income is given, then what government might say? That in the ration card, the price will be high. That is why we are giving you income, right? Use that income for buying rice, for wheat. What will happen if the people are not using it in a rationed manner? Whether this amount is really sufficient? Given the inflation, whether the amount is sufficient, can it replace, right? So there is a lot of market risk involved. The money can be misused. Given the patriarchal setup, the male-dominated family setup, the money might not be used for the women welfare. It can be used for their personal expenses. Scope, there is scope. I'm not blaming anyone, but there is scope. There is scope of misuse, scope of siphoning of funds. There is scope for corruption. Lack of proper infrastructure. Financial inclusion is not correct. There is huge digital divide even today. Government expense is going to increase like anything. See, there are so many challenges. So what shall we do? UBI, can we completely say it is not going to be useful, it cannot be implemented, it should not be implemented? No, that should not be our conclusion. See, we are implementing UBI in a limited sense. India itself is implementing UBI in a limited sense. For example, Pradhan Mantri Kisan program. Under Pradhan Mantri Kisan scheme, every year 6,000 rupees income support is given for the farmers. All land owning farmers, they are getting this income support. It's a kind of UBA. It is not UBA, it's a kind of UBA. So in the conclusion, don't say that no, this is not useful, this should not be implemented, it is having a lot of criticism. Don't say that. Say that of course these challenges has to be addressed. UBA has its own merit. So in a country like India, by addressing these above challenges and also by modifying the concept, UBA, we can have a hybrid model. Certain amount for the targeted beneficiaries can be given as income, and social welfare measures on certain areas are still continued. We can have a hybrid model. We can have UBA in limited sense like PM Kisan program. So we have to address these challenges. Without addressing these challenges, if we implement UBA, that is going to come up with further more challenges for the government, which is not going to be easy. So what we need is more reforms. In limited sense, we can introduce now. After the reforms are complete, we can even consider of implementing UBI. Inflation also you can highlight as one of the challenge, because suddenly money comes to your packet, additional money comes to your packet, you will start spending. That can also cause inflation. That inflation point also you can highlight in the negative sense. Okay. Then finally conclude. This is regarding UBI. I understand many students you are orienting your preparation towards prelims. I understand that, but however you can practice 4 questions in a week. That should not cost much of your time. You can practice writing answers. So here I have given a model answer. So this model answer I have given additional points you can go through. Right? It's a 15 marker question, so I have given additional points. So I have selected 2 answers. Raghav, yes, your answer was fine, but there is a problem. What is the problem? The question is to critically analyze. So what you did, you gave a decent introduction. So economic implications. So you have given 2 positive points, that yes, poverty alleviation, stimulus to consume demand. Then what you did, you have highlighted the challenges parallelly. First 2 points you were giving the positives, and third point fiscal challenge, and you went for 4th point, that is regarding disincentive to the work. Yes. So under the economic heading, you gave 2 positives, 2 negatives. Okay, fine, you analyzed it. But under the social heading, look at your social implication. In social implications, all the points are positive. It ensures social security, right? Then you have written education and skill development, gender equality, reducing inequality. So you are giving more positives. The question is about critically analyze. Okay, that is the problem in your answer. Conclusion is fine. Now coming to Om Sneha, yes, your answer is relatively better. Introduction is fine. You have given the positive points as well, right? It can lift the people out of vicious cycle, stimulate the economy, safety net. During COVID and all, this was well spoken that this UBA can be provided to help the families, right? Financial security, better education. However, in a country like India with so much of huge population and socio-economic differences, implementing UBA is going to be challenging. So the challenge part, you have given sufficient number of points, but however, look at your second point. In second point, you have highlighted inclusion errors. See, actually you should have mentioned exclusion error. Exclusion error can deprive the needy of the intended benefits. Exclusion error means, let us say, I am so poor, I am vulnerable. If my name is not added in the list of receiving UBA, if my name is excluded, I will suffer. Exclusion error is one challenge. But however, you should understand inclusion or exclusion, that you should not mention in UBA, because UBA is universal. Universal basic income. Everyone is going to get. You will get. I will get. Ambani also will get. That point can also, you can highlight as a demerit of UBA, right? But however, economic survey said, though it is being referred as universal basic income, it need not be universal. We can come up with some methodology to have that target, right? So, but the concept says universal. Even if it is going to be targeted basic income, don't write inclusion error, it is exclusion error. Okay. The rest of the points, what you have written is fine. Regional disparities, everything is fine, right? You have given good number of negative points because the question is critically analyzed. Yes, you have done justice. Conclusion is also actually fine. Sorry, conclusion, I have to explain. Conclusion, you are highlighting that UBI can be more suitable for silver economy. Silver economy means it deals with the economy of old age, right? You say that Indian economy, the old age, the dependents are less. We have a demographic dividend. So you are saying that UBI is not okay for India. That is the tone which I get. In the conclusion, I am getting a tone that you are feeling that UBI is not required for India, right? Your point of view is fine. Your point of view is fine, but however, always conclude in a way that yes, there are challenges. Yes, it can be more suitable for countries like Japan where there are more dependent population. But however, even in India, we have significant vulnerable section. By addressing the above challenges and bringing the required reforms, the implementation of UBI in a hybrid form can be considered. Like that, be little more diplomatic in the way forward, right? So yes. So now question for today. India's agriculture sector is characterized by production by masses rather than mass production. In this context, analyze the role of farmer producer organizations in empowering small and marginal farmers through collectivism. 10 marker. Right? 10 marker question. So understand the demand of the question and give the answer. I hope this initiative is adding more value to your preparation. So I will see you tomorrow. Till then, bye. Take care.